Hello and welcome to Week 4 of NFL Gamepicks. I'm your host, Austin Ramos. We got Chrissy Wright. We got Joey Gross. And man, oh man, I got to start with this Miami Dolphins team because, they didn't let me down on prime time on Thursday Night Football.
No.
The result for sure is a letdown. A loss is a letdown. Let's let that be known. But the performance itself wasn't too bad. I was actually enthralled with how they played. They were in it the whole time until they weren't. And, their own self-inflicted wounds cost them that game. You're playing a beat-down Jets team. Can't let that happen this week. Aside from that, my picks are awful. We'll get into that when we get into the standings. But we'll go to Joey because Chris is the only winner here. We'll go to him last.
I mean, Week 3 sucked really badly for me. I mean, a lot of teams I feel like in Week 3 did not play up to their potential. And then I feel like on Monday Night Football and Sunday Night Football, they were just doing rips of all these special team plays that just went wrong. And I'm just like, God damn it, man. I'm just thinking about all these special teams coaches. Not for nothing. Green Bay Packers have the highest paid special teams coordinator, Rich Bisaccia, and we still continue to mess up all these times on special teams. So a little concerning there, but I don't want to go ahead and just pinpoint the loss entirely on the blocked kick. There were a lot of errors throughout the entire game. Jordan Love got sacked 6 times. He threw a pretty crucial interception. Micah Parsons offsides and the game-winning drive for the Browns pretty much. All just adds up to that 55-yard field goal. And then even if they missed the kick, they would have gotten to retry it because we were offsides anyway. So it was just a whole shitty scenario. They played really badly the whole game and just overlooked the Cleveland Browns, who I think they need to get a little bit more respect. That defense is lethal.
The defense is legit.
Yeah.
Defense is legit. I was a little upset because I chose Packers in my Survivor pick last week. And the whole time I'm just like, there ain't no way they're only scoring 10 points.
I was so pissed.
It's like, there's no way. But
started Love, started Jacobs. Shit show. But here, go ahead, big winner. Go ahead, big winner.
Finally, yeah, I can talk about a win. It was sweet, honestly. I did not expect it. I almost chose Dallas as my Survivor pick. So either way, I would have lost.
Yeah.
I mean,
you would have looked way worse doing that.
I was taking a page out of Troy's book. He's faded the Jets 3 times this year. So. But, yeah, no, we had a great win, 30 points on the Cowboys. That defense stinks for the Cowboys, but Caleb finally looked good. Saw what Ben Johnson's made of a little bit. My picks didn't go so hot. I went 9-7. Somehow I picked one of the games wrong. Should have been 10-7, but it had me down for the Falcons when I definitely was the only one that picked the Panthers last week. So didn't work out for me there, but hopefully the Bears can go ahead and get another big-time win, get back to 500, and we can hit our bye feeling a lot better than the first 2 weeks for sure.
Man. I was telling you, bro, if the Bears get a win here,
changes everything.
Expectations are a lot different.
Yep.
Vibe is a lot different. Still very early.
Yeah.
Can't just be crowning people and putting people in the trash can after 3 weeks.
No, but
need a little bit more time.
It was good to see some of the rookies like Luther Burden finally got on the board with the flea flicker, and you just saw how happy he was.
Just nice, yeah.
Yeah, he's just I just want to get in the end zone every time I touch the ball. So he's had a couple drops, hasn't really been thrown too much, but him and Odunze definitely went off and played well. I think Odunze is the second fantasy wide receiver right now.
He's tied for first in touchdowns this season in terms of receivers and stuff like that. He has 4 receiving touchdowns, more than he had last year in his rookie season. So after a hot start for the Bears, surprising, not surprising. They're 1-2 now. But that was a surprising one. In the fashion that they did it, defensive beat down, offensive explosion. Caleb Williams had more passing yards, everything than Tua in the first 2 drives. It was just it was crazy.
It's also a testament to the Cowboys defense has just been terrible this season too. They've been making Caleb Williams look amazing. Before that, Russell Wilson looked amazing. And now, the whole conversation with the Eagles is, their offense is a little bit stale. They're the only team where I was like, damn, Dallas can play a little bit of ball here week 1, but it is week 1, and, everybody's kind of rusty. And there's no Carter or whoever split the loogie or whatever. So.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, but that's just, a completely different scenario.
Yes,
but, yeah.
All right, let's get into the standings. We have Ray C still on top. I mean, hot out the gates here, Ray. 14-2 week 1, 12-4 week 2, 12-4 week 3. I mean, absolutely just gunning for the top with a 38-10 record. Then we have Hecty, as always. Hecty knows ball.
Boy, Ray.
37-11, and then we got Joey in the top 3.
Bad week last week really just screwed me over, man.
Yeah, Joey had an 8-8 week. He's overall 35-13 on the season. We have our defending champ Steve in 4th with 34-14. I'm all the way down at 7 currently. just behind Tina. Shout out Tina. I'm 30-18. I went 8-8 last week. That was not good for me whatsoever. And then we got Chrissy right behind me at 29-19, and you went 9-7 last week.
So we should be tied technically, but I somehow managed to pick the game wrong. Although that was one of my locks for the week was the Panthers, but it is what it is. We'll come back this week.
You should have picked them on your what's it called?
To pick them.
Any way to pick a tie in this game?
I guess you just don't pick. I guess that would be the case. You just don't input your pick.
Maybe honestly, yeah. All right, we'll get into that a little bit later.
Alrighty. Let's go and get started with the first game of the week. We have Thursday Night Football. It's an NFC West divisional matchup between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Cardinals are debuting their NFL rivals uniforms. So if any of you guys do pick the Cardinals, you will see their NFL rivalries logo there. But this game is hard for me. Both teams are 2-1, and you have mixed feelings about both. You know, James Conner just went down for the Cardinals. That is absolutely huge for them.
Terrible.
Like in a bad way. It's huge bad. But Seattle hasn't been all it's been cracked up to be, but they're still competitive and performing well. 7 straight road wins for the Seattle Seahawks going into back to last year. You kind of got to bank your money on that, right? You got to go with a team that's riding hot. They can perform well on the road. They perform well at home, but apparently not because they've been kind of one of those middle of the pack teams. My heart's telling me to go with the Cardinals, but my brain and the stats are telling me go with Seattle. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. I think they just have
with the heart.
They have the energy. They gotta be just riled up. You know, it's a divisional matchup at home. You gotta win that. You know, we saw it last week. Hopefully, it goes to fruition again this week.
I'm like weirdly excited for this game. I don't know because like it's just one of those Seahawks and Arizona, I don't care about. It's not that I don't care about. I really look forward to watching them. I feel like they have a lot of offense, like good people on the offensive side of the ball. I know James Conner went out for the Cardinals, but they still have guys like Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., and then Kyler Murray. Even though I'm not a fan of his game, still kind of fun to watch as a spectator. He runs around like a little bit of a toddler. Kind of cool. So I'm here for this. I'm here for the uniform thing. I feel the same way as you, where I really want to pick the Cardinals for some reason, but I'm going with the Seahawks here, man. I really can't tell you why specifically, but I think that Jackson Smith-Njigba has had a really good season so far, and that I just really like what they're doing. They're a little bit healthier on the offensive side of the ball, and I'm gonna ride with the Seahawks in this one.
I'm going to agree. We got a nice Thursday night battle of the birds.
Oh!
We're back. We're back. And obviously, a Seahawk beats a Cardinal every time. So let me get to Seahawks. Yeah, like you mentioned, Cardinals are not healthy. I'm totally pissed off with the production from Marvin Harrison Jr. so far.
Yeah, dropping balls.
Terrible. He's not even getting balls thrown his way. He's not getting targets. And by the way, the Cardinals have 2 wins against probably the 2 worst teams in the league, in the Saints and the Panthers. So it's not really great wins for me. They did almost beat a banged-up 49ers team, lost by 1 last week. Still going with the Seahawks. I'm a big Pete Carroll fan. I love seeing that 80-year-old man running up and down the sidelines. It's
Pete
just
Carroll's
crazy.
the coach for the Raiders, though.
Oh, shit, never mind. Anyway, scratch that. Anyways, I'm still taking...
I liked it, too.
He left. What am I saying? Anyways, I'm still taking the Seahawks. They're the better team, honestly. I'm not really looking forward to this matchup, but we'll see.
Maybe Bruce Arians will coach a good game for the Cardinals, you know?
Oh, Joey,
Jeez, I know. That's tough.
I will keep us moving to the first game on the Sunday slate. We're going over to Dublin, Ireland.
Oh, yeah.
To see the Minnesota Vikings at the against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
Aaron Rodgers hopefully getting some international redemption against the Vikings. Last year he played with them, against them as a member with the Jets, and it did not end up well.
It was also over,
international
game, too.
So hopefully he gets some international I can't speak English. International redemption.
There we go.
I was trying to see intervene, something like that.
Is he an international man of mystery?
There we go, Mr. Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
go. Austin Powers over here.
The Vikings were very interesting last week.
Yeah.
They absolutely beat down on a beat up Cincinnati Bengals without Joe Burrow.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a backup in there as well with Carson Wentz. But you got to go with that sure hand, that veteran presence. And, I don't know why I didn't pick Minnesota when thinking about that. But, I don't know. It's something about the way Jake Browning had performed in the past with the Bengals kind of gave me a little more optimism. But you got to go with the pro there in terms of that matchup. This one, you got to go with a little more experience. Mm-hmm. Steelers actually looked really good last week. I'm going to ride with them. Hopefully they take some of that home cooking on the road to Ireland. I don't know if Joey agrees with me. What do you think?
You know, a lot of people are saying that Aaron Rodgers is playing a little bit subpar. He might be. He might not be playing up to Aaron Rodgers' potential. But, hey, man, he just passed Brett Favre as the all-time, passing touchdowns, 508. He now has 510. Really cool for Aaron Rodgers to do. A little Packer on Packer.
Is he fourth now?
Yeah, he's fourth behind Manning, Breeze, and Brady. Yeah. So good company there. So shout out to Aaron Rodgers. I do think that he gets a W over his former rival in the Minnesota Vikings in Ireland. I've really liked what I've seen between him and DK Metcalf. I think it's been actually a very strong connection as opposed to, when he went to the Jets, it took a lot of time. And he was there for minicamp, whatever. He was there, he was locked in. And then, he just comes in, has a lot to prove this entire season.
Facts.
Syncing up with DK Metcalf in the offseason a little bit.
They were roommates during training
Exactly. It's definitely showing. I'm loving that connection. Aside from that, I think everything needs to get a little bit going over there in Pittsburgh a little bit.
I agree.
Kind of a little underwhelming, but Minnesota, yes, they have Carson Wentz. They had a great win against the Bengals last week. I don't know if they replicate that, especially with all the travel involved with going into all these games overseas or international or wherever the hell it is. So, give me the Steelers.
I'm going to make it a clean sweep. I'm going to take the Steelers as well, although I'm not super confident in it just because they seem like the older team, and they have to travel a lot farther than normal. Obviously, they're going to Ireland to play this game. So I'm going to take the Steelers, although the Vikings could shock you and honestly come out with a win here.
100%.
Steelers need to put up points on the board. Like 21 is probably not going to cut it in this game. You're probably going to have to be in the higher 20s, low 30s to come out with a win. Probably not going to wake up and watch this game, but hopefully I wake up and see Minnesota got a loss and our division's looking worse and worse, so the Bears can look a little bit better.
I'll be strongly rooting for the Steelers.
Yeah, so
I might actually wake up to watch it. I mean, I don't know if I'll wake up to watch it, but
you'll see that.
Yeah, I'll see the end maybe. Right, I'm not waking up at 7 to watch the lead in.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing all that. But I'll take us to the next game. We got the Carolina Panthers going to New England to take on the Patriots. Two young quarterbacks. Bryce Young, not impressed. Although you did put up a 30-piece on the Falcons last week, he still doesn't look very good to me. I don't really think he's a long-term starter in the NFL.
Young.
Drake May, I'm still out on.
I'm kind of out.
I'm still out on, but he looks a lot better than Bryce Young. So let me take the Patriots at home. And this is another scenario where you got to put points up to win. And if the Patriots can figure out a way to put some points on the board, they're going to get a win at home. Panthers, I think their only win this year is at home. So going on the road, I don't really trust them. Although, they did just kick the crap out of the Falcons. But I think Michael Penix Jr., probably the worst quarterback in the league right now. At least starter right now.
He had a bad week. He had a really bad week. I mean, there's a lot of guys that look bad, really bad weeks.
He's thrown one touchdown
this
year.
But he might be. I'm not gonna deny you, but it was a bad week.
He's also not agreeing.
And it's only been 3 weeks. But I don't disagree.
So who's better, Drake May or Bryce Young?
Drake May.
Well, right. I would have to say Drake May as of right now.
Yeah, that's pretty much why I'm picking the Patriots.
Yeah. There hasn't been any doubt. No one's really doubted that Drake May is better than Bryce Young. All the talk about Bryce Young since he's been drafted is was he worthy of being that first round pick? Is he gonna live up to that expectation? Drake May was drafted relatively high, but the expectations are not all there for him.
No.
They already had their replacement after. I don't know why Siri always does that. They've already had their replacement after Brady. They tried the Mac Jones experiment.
Yeah.
That didn't work. That was high expectations. Drake May is going into a situation where things haven't been great in the quarterback position since Brady left. They're just hoping for something pretty damn good, and he's been pretty damn good. He looks pretty legit. Now it's not consistent enough, right? He had a good week against the Dolphins. But the week before that and the week after that, not so great against the Raiders and the Steelers. So he needs to follow it up. He needs to get a big time win. I'm going with the Patriots. You got to beat up on bad teams, and the Carolina Panthers are arguably a bad team.
Yeah, it's like I said, it's hard to label teams at this point of the league, but this is going to be the game where we see that meme of battle of the mid.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely the battle of the mid here. I'm going to lean towards the Patriots, though. I do think that the Carolina Panthers are abysmal, and the Patriots kind of show flashes of like, hey, we can if we put it together, you know what I mean? I don't think that they're going to one day put it together. Like you said, I think the fan base has kind of accepted their position. Like, we had 6 Super Bowls. We had the greatest quarterback of all time. We tried the successor thing. This guy's not the successor. If he's good, he's good. If not, whatever. Yeah. We're gonna watch the Yankees play the Red Sox in the wild card round. I think that's what most New England fans are kind of focusing on right now. Maybe not. I don't want to speak for them, but maybe, I don't know. I'm gonna rock with the Patriots though anyway.
I will add really quick before we move on. McMillan, beast. That guy knows how to play ball.
Questionable.
Yeah, I know going into this game is questionable. That's also going into the factor of the pick. But like just so far, his performance through 3 weeks, not so bad, and it's helping boost the status of Bryce Young. So who knows? I mean, that duo could be something that grows together and benefits off of one another. He needs someone to throw him the ball. He needs someone to throw the ball to. So it's going to work out well between those two. But who can take us to the next game?
I got you. All right, we got the Cleveland Browns, who just ruined my Sunday last week, traveling to Detroit to face off against another NFC North team in the Detroit Lions. Cleveland defense looked really solid. Detroit offense looked really good against the Ravens. Ravens looked really bad defensively, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Detroit looking like everything that they did in Week 1 against the Packers is kind of in the rearview mirror in a way. I'm going to rock with the Lions here unless, God forbid, Cleveland, any given Sunday, once again, pulls something. I don't know, but I'm going with Detroit here. I think that they are this should be a lock. Yeah. Should be a lock, right? Yeah.
I would agree. You got to go with the Lions, especially after last week's performance. Although the Browns did win against what we rated as probably the best team in the league going into week 3 in the Packers. But I don't think they can do it twice against this NFC division. Give me the Lions at home. They look great. Some of those trickery plays are just really fun to watch. Like, did you see that handoff where they flipped it to the guy and ran in for the touchdown? That was 4th down.
I know.
That's 4th and goal, and they're running that. So Dan Campbell's sitting there saying, no coordinators, no problem. Give me whoever. We're gonna come out. We're gonna bite some kneecaps, and we're gonna be fun to watch. So Amon-Ra St. Brown looks like he's the best wide receiver in the league. To me, honestly,
the Sun God.
Although he's not huge, he's not massive, but his footwork's elite. He's strong, and he's just always is open in the middle of the field for some reason.
Gotta find that open space, man. That's what makes mid-tier receivers become good/great receivers. That's what when he was on the Dolphins, Jarvis Landry was really good at that. Also, he cut a lot of passes really short, close to the line of scrimmage. But still, he always found that little zone that whoever was the quarterback at the time, mostly Tannehill, can just dump it off to him, and that's what made him one of my favorite guys growing up. And he wore the same number as Amon-Ra, but for different reasons. But Amon-Ra looks legit. Lions look legit. The defense looked really good. They had 7 sacks against Lamar Jackson. That's a hard guy to bring down.
Dude, that goal line, fourth and goal, or third, it was 4th and goal. Freaking forcing Lamar to roll out, stacking him, fumbling it, back.
When the ball started going back, I was like,
dude, you can't help but be impressed. I hate the Lions, and I hate watching them win. I just really do. I know everyone in the NFL really likes to watch the Lions win, and they think that they're, everybody likes watching Josh Allen win. I do too. Everybody likes watching the Lions win. I hate watching the Lions win.
They've been bad for so long.
Yeah, I don't care.
People are just happy
get back
to
to
see
the
them
fucking
relevant.
basement.
Yeah.
I can't stand it. I hate the Lions.
I think Aiden Hutchinson might be the best defensive player in football. He's up there with Myles Garrett. Probably Micah Parsons is in there too. But Aiden Hutchinson, bro, is just a beast.
He had a really great game. He had a really, really
2 sacks, a forced fumble. He's just everywhere.
And the pressure was all over there.
And that Muhammad guy is good too on the D line for the Lions. He's a beast. And the defensive coordinator came out and start the year.
He's hyped.
The year, he's like, this guy's going to be sick, and sure enough, he's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions just to keep things frank. I really like what they did on Monday night. I think that carries over. Scary things with gambling, though. the lines were too close to like how it was for
the Packers.
The similar lines to the Packers game.
Mm-hmm.
They just changed dramatically just before now. We're recording now. It was at 7 how it was last week, and like literally I didn't even have to change like the lines for a minute there. I was just like, oh, this is kind of scary. All I did was change Detroit to Green Bay to Detroit, and I was just like, oh, this is kind of eerie.
Yeah.
But lines did change, and now they're favored by 10. So two possession favorite in Detroit there. Let's keep it moving. We have a very interesting game here, even though it's a game between a 3-0 team and a 0-3 team. We have the Los Angeles Chargers at the New York Giants. Chargers 3-0. Herbert looking like the likely MVP. Meanwhile, the Giants not looking so good. They ended up benching Russell Wilson, starting Jackson Dart, and that's going to be an interesting development. See how it goes forward. The last two first-round picks, quarterbacks that – well, let's just go to 3. Phil Simms in 1979. Eli Manning, 2004, and then Daniel Jones in 2019. Yeah. So, not too many quarterbacks in that lineage of the Giants' first-round QB. So, hopefully, he's probably going to be one of the better ones. And Daniel Jones looking like goddamn freaking MVP if we talk about him.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later when we talk about the Colts. Listen, you got to go with the sure thing here, and that is the 3-0 Chargers are going to lay a can of whoop-ass on this Giants team. But on the flip side, it's going to be interesting to see how Jackson Dart performs in his first game. The expectation's pretty high, but also I would say kind of meh. Like they don't really care how he performs, but they want to see at least some flashes of good. You don't have to win the game, but just go out there, perform well. Don't make stupid rookie mistakes, and you will have that job for the next 4 years at least.
I think if you just take a look at the spread, that tells you how to pick this game. Chargers are favored on the road by 6. Against a rookie quarterback that I don't think is very good. I've been out on him. Honestly, everyone thinks I'm a hater, but it's a eye test. I don't think he's very good, honestly. And there's a reason he didn't start the year as their starting quarterback. I don't know where the hell Jameis Winston is. Love to see him out there, honestly, more than Jackson Dart. But give me the Chargers. They're definitely going to win this game. I don't love picking road teams, but this is one that I'm pretty confident in. They did lose Najee Harris. The Chargers did, I believe.
Yes.
So
ruptured Achilles.
That kind of stinks, but they still got the rookie there that I think will be decent. So
Hampton.
Yeah, Hampton. He's gonna have to be for them. Najee Harris is out for the year, but give me the Chargers. Like you mentioned, Herbert looks like he might win the MVP this year.
I like the Jackson Dart starting. I do. I don't, but that doesn't mean that I like Jackson Dart as a starting quarterback. No. I don't know. It's a weird feeling, weird vibe that I have with the Giants. If it goes great, it's gonna be some pretty cool vibes for that fan base, and like they'll just as a spectator moving forward. If it goes bad, more bad football for the Giants. Doesn't really change much, but still kind of disappointing. What I'm looking forward to with this Giants offense is the starting of Cam Skatteboo. That's my guy. I'm starting him in a bunch of leagues this week. I really needed him to take off and do really well, and for fantasy football reasons. I've always really liked watching him play at Arizona State. I thought he was a beast too. So really excited to watch Cam Skatteboo keep getting the rock. But I'm going to rock with the Chargers here. I feel like this is a no-brainer. Justin Herbert's an MVP conversation. They're playing lights-out football on both sides of the ball. Khalil Mack is hurt, but
he should come back though.
Right, it's not season-ending, but I don't know how much that'll truly matter for this game. But yeah, give me the Chargers.
What do you got for the next one?
Next game, we got the New Orleans Saints traveling to Buffalo to face off against the Bills and Josh Allen. This is an easy game to pick, man. Give me Josh Allen. Give me the Bills. I don't know what's the spread. 15.5.
This is the largest spread of the season. So
yeah,
far.
and so
it was at 16 last night. It's gone down to 15.5. I'm going with Buffalo. I'm ready to keep pushing through. Chris, what do you got?
Yeah, I think we're all gonna take Buffalo here. The Saints are tanking for a quarterback. They don't want to win this game anyways.
The quarterbacks suck too.
This is very reminding me of the Chiefs the last couple of years, where you'd see a 21, 26 point spread, and it's just this game ain't even gonna be close.
This is just a bad game to play against Josh Allen in fantasy. And
if
you're playing against a Bills player, it's gonna suck for you.
But
does anyone know the status of the quarterback situation in New Orleans right now?
Hell no.
Are they benching Rattler or no? I heard rumors of Tyler Shock, but I'm not entirely certain right now. But it's not going to be a good day for New Orleans.
No. All right, we can keep it pushing.
Yeah.
All right, we got the Philadelphia Eagles Going to Tampa to face off against Shake and Bake and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, man. I love what the Buccaneers are doing. I've always loved Baker Mayfield. Always thought he was a dog. He's showing it with these game-winning drives week after week after week. Wouldn't be surprised if we see another Baker Mayfield game-winning drive in this game. Man, I really want to pick the Buccaneers, man. They're really cool. They're a fun team to watch. Give me the defending champs. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles. Like I've been saying, the Eagles haven't looked impressive. They've just found ways to win. And I know that Baker Mayfield has been the guy finding ways to win on these game-winning drives recently, but somehow, some way, the Eagles are going to end up finding a way to win once again and move to 4-0. But Chris Godwin practiced fully today.
Yeah.
No Mike Evans this week. Maybe there's Chris Godwin. Who knows?
Yeah, that's the only thing for me, that's really hanging me up is the wide receiver questions, because I am picking the Bucs, and I was going to pick the Bucs going into this, but seeing Godwin there practicing definitely helps my decision. But yeah, like you mentioned, these are two teams that haven't blown anybody out yet. The Bucs have won every game on a field goal with under a minute left, I believe, which is crazy. Can they keep it up? I think they can. They played really well against the Eagles since the Eagles have had Jalen Hurts and been good. I mean, we worked one of the games, the playoff game, and it wasn't even close. So I'm taking the Buccaneers. They do really well against the Eagles, and I haven't been impressed by the Eagles.
They do, actually. Yeah.
If you take away that Jordan Davis field goal block for the win, there's no way the Eagles should have won that game last week. But they found a way. Give me the Bucs.
This game is so hard for me to pick. This is one of those games. There's a handful of games that I've already selected, and then there's a really small handful of games that I'm I don't really know.
Yeah.
This one's a coin flip. I saw some stuff today. Jalen Hurts is 1-4 against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Damn.
There you go.
Tampa is not helping it out whatsoever either. The biggest thing is, can Tampa's defense really hone in and lock in? Last week we finally saw that offensive passing explosion from Jalen Hurts in that Eagles offense. So that was the big thing that everyone's it's boring football. Well, they made it. They had a very entertaining comeback, and capped it off with one of the more exciting plays ever in football. It's a blocked field goal return for a touchdown. Did they need it to win? No, but the blocked field goal, yes, they did. But the touchdown they didn't, but they still got it. You know? So that's winning football. That's the stuff we were talking about last week with this Eagles team. Do they get the win on the road in Tampa? It's a tough one. Literally a coin flip for me mentally. I gotta go with the home team here. Tampa's just shown more offensive credibility. Meanwhile, Philly just had the offensive explosion, so it's kind of making it hard to really lock in on this one. Who knows? Game time I could flip, but right now I'm sticking with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They've been showing it each and every week that they can come back and win.
Depends.
Lone wolfing the birds, man.
It just depends what Eagles team you get, man. Because if they show up for 4 quarters,
right,
it's a close game. They might win. Yeah. But if they keep taking off half of football games like they have this week, and then figuring out after halftime, bro, that doesn't work against good teams, against playoff teams, which Tampa will probably be.
100%. And it just you can tell that the vibes are different with the Eagles this year. You can tell it just doesn't feel like everyone's locked in.
Right.
Maybe not yet. Because it took them a while last season, too.
A lot of shenanigans.
To everybody was saying fire Sirianni if he didn't win that game against the Saints or whatever it was, week 3 of last season.
Yeah, I was on board
canned,
for that.
It was maybe let's just temper expectations a little bit when it comes to the Eagles, but it doesn't seem like they're fully locked in right now, and it's kind of weird to see.
It's showing on the field because they aren't being the defensive powerhouse that they have been in the last couple of years. Offensively, I think it's kind of, it's a box of chocolates with the Eagles in terms of the offense. You're either going to get them to be, A.J. Brown's rolling, bulldozing through guys, Barkley's exploding out of the backfield. You don't know what it's going to be any given week. They have a lot of contributors that could be the main focal point on the offense. So it could be a big passing game. It could be a big running game. It just really calls for the game plan and what the game situation is. So it's really hard to decide with this Eagles team offensively, but defensively they've been really lackluster, and it's not looking like that championship defense we saw towards the end of last year.
Yep.
So their streak right now is in hanging in a balance. I think 18
I
straight?
think, yeah.
So they've won 18 straight going into this one. Who knows if
burnt out, man. They gotta cough up one here soon, man. They just gotta take it.
Yeah.
They just got. Sometimes you gotta lose. Sometimes you just gotta lose just to reset the vibes. I don't know.
No, that is true. I'm gonna keep us pushing though. We have one of the final ones. We have one more after this. Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans for the 1 o'clock window. Both teams are 0-3. You have the rookie number 1 overall pick Cam Ward facing off against another former number 1 overall pick in C.J. Stroud. No, he was number two. Number 2. My apologies. He was right behind Bryce Young, and he looked like the better quarterback out the gates. But now he's not having so good of a time. The Jaguars had some throwback magic last week and really made a defensive standpoint. But it's hard to tell if it was a big defensive standpoint with the Jaguars. They are having one of arguably their best defensive years, but the Texans have been really bad on offense. It's just been the point blank period of their story of why they're 0-3. It's the worst start of their entire franchise career, and it's been since 2002 since they've been a franchise. So they've had some pretty decent football. I'm gonna go with the Texans. Something's got to give. They are the more experienced team. Cam Ward has flashes of brilliance, but when you'll see the scoreboard later on, and he's doing that across the field throw, and it's 43-13. They're playing a soft coverage. You got it through. It is what it is. I think this will be close. Divisional matchups are close. I'm going with the Texans.
I'm going to roll with the Texans as well. They're favored by a touchdown. Look, if you score more than 21 points, you probably win this game. Tennessee's had a rough start. They played some good teams in Denver, the Rams, and who did they play last week? The Colts. The Colts, and the Colts are red hot right now. Yep. So kind of a rough start. I think Cam Ward is the least talked about number 1 pick that I can remember in a long time. I've heard nothing about this guy really, unless I go looking for it. I don't get it. Like, he's a number 1 pick. He was awesome in college. I haven't even really seen much of him. I don't have any confidence in them to be any type of good. Texans stink. They're averaging like 12 points. It's the worst in the league. It's the worst since they averaged like 8 points, like way back in the day when they were really bad. When they first started with like the only person out there was Andre Johnson. Yeah. Pretty much just mossing people because he was getting triple teamed.
JJ came around. They were like, holy shit, we're decent.
So they're really bad. I think they need to turn it around. I saw this stat that Stroud's been really bad since he kind of big broed Caleb Williams after beating the Bears, where he's just, I think Caleb got sacked like 8 times, and he's like, keep taking the hits, keep pushing, keep trying. Maybe he gets a win here. Maybe he does it to Cam Ward again. We'll see.
Bruh.
We'll see, but give me the Texans for now.
Oh, man, this game sucks ass. I'm not looking forward to watching this. I'm not looking forward to flash on the red zone. I'm not looking forward to glancing at it on a random TV. Not looking forward to this game at all. I think it's boring and it sucks. I'm going to go with the Texans, though, just because I feel like they really, really, really need a win here. Yep. The sophomore slump for C.J. Stroud is astronomical. He looks like a completely different person than he did.
He's still in it.
Yeah. Yes.
Year 3. He's
yes.
still in it.
He's still in the sophomore slump. It's a slippery slope. You ever seen the movie Dope? A$AP Rocky? Yeah, it's a slippery slope. Exactly. So he's still on the sophomore slump. It's a junior slump now. Yeah. But yeah, so it's just been really bad from year 2 to year 3. It's just not good. They really need a win here. Cam Ward, like you said, haven't seen a lot from him unless I go looking for it, and I don't.
We need a junior jump, is what you're saying.
He does need a junior jump.
That's a good one.
Chris
I'm on the board. I'm back.
There we go.
Made up.
This is redemption from week 1 with the
made up for the bear down.
4 letters.
Bear down. I think I jinxed us too. Man. Whatever.
All right. We have one more in the 1 o'clock window here. We have the Washington Commanders at the Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta got shut out last week 30-0 against the Carolina Panthers. I'm not going to waste my breath. The only thing is the status of Jaden Daniels is the only questionable thing about this game for me. Washington Commanders. I almost flipped on my pick because he didn't play, but then you guys kind of reeled me back into like, Marcus is there.
Yeah.
We got a steadfast veteran at the helm there. I was thinking it was going to be Sam Hartman, but I forgot that like he's not the QB2. Give me the Washington Commanders. Penix got benched at some point in the game last week. But by then, it was already a big blowout anyways.
I'm going to rock with the Commanders as well. I feel like this is kind of a no-brainer considering how the Atlanta Falcons played last week to a terrible opponent in the Carolina Panthers. Washington, they're starting Marcus Mariota, but it's still looking like they're kind of a well-oiled machine on the offense. I don't know if anybody saw Mariota's run to the sideline and knock Dan Quinn over, and he had a fucking bloody nose. Yeah. I love that shit, man. Nothing gets me more fired up than seeing coaches like that, man. So, Yeah, give me the Commanders, man. This is a no-brainer for me.
I'm going to have to agree. I'm going to take the Commanders over the Falcons. Falcons looked really bad. They benched Penix. They put in, who? Was it Cousins? And then there's bad blood there. You have to know. Like, Kirko Chains ain't happy.
I'm gonna take his job back.
Yeah, I don't think
Penix's chains.
I don't think he will because I don't think he wants to be on this team anymore. So we'll see what happens. But give me the Commanders. I like Mariota. I think he fills in nice for this team. Former Heisman Trophy winner. Jaden Daniels, I don't know if we need you this game, brother. So if you're not feeling great, go ahead and sit this one out. Let the backup quarterback do what he's getting paid to do, and hopefully get a win on the road. They're favored by what, 1? So
yeah, favored by 1 on the road.
Obviously, Vegas isn't really respecting the Commanders, or honestly, maybe they're just high on the Falcons and not really respecting the Panthers and what they did last week. But
before you take us to the next game, because I figured you were going that way, right? Yeah. Jaden Daniels, 24 rushing yards away from being the fastest player to ever have 4,000 passing yards and 1,000 rushing yards. He'll do it. If he does it in the next game he plays, it'll be done in 19 games. The next closest is 21. So, and that was which former
Robert Griffin
quarterback?
III? Yep. Yeah, I would have to assume.
So staying in that Washington.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
So that'll be cool.
Cornball.
But Chris, take us to that
RG3?
No, he sucks,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
Like, you know when he lost me is when he came to UCF and he ran through our pool.
Yeah.
And, like, you can't do that unless you graduate from the school. And then every week he's just doing all the shit that all the other schools do. You're a cornball, dude. And, like, stay off Twitter, dog.
Just always remember Robert Griffin III winning the Galloping Gobbler Award. That's it. That's all I remember.
I'll take us to the next game, though. This game's cool. I'm
cool.
actually interested in it. We got the Indianapolis Colts going to L.A., taking on the Rams. And I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think the Rams hand the Colts their first loss of the season. Big Matthew Stafford fan. I've always thought he's wildly underrated. If he was not in Detroit, if he was pretty much anywhere else, he's a lock Hall of Famer. I think the Super Bowl made him a lock Hall of Famer, in my opinion. But I love him. I think he's awesome throwing it to Devontae. Devontae's just like the deep ball threat this year, and he's just going to have like a 30, 40-yard catch every game. Then you got Puka Nacua just tearing up everything short and in the middle of the field. I mean, Puka's had like 12 catches in like every freaking game.
Yeah.
So give me the Rams. I think they're a better team. I think the Colts just started hot. I think they get a little exposed here, especially against a good Rams defense. But we'll see. Maybe they stay undefeated. I don't think so. I think both teams walk out of there 3-1. At the end of this game.
I think the Colts have been really, really, really fun to watch. I love what Jonathan Taylor's doing.
Yeah,
and
he's
I'm
great.
Kicking myself for picking Kyren Williams over him in all of my fantasy leagues. It sat there, and I was like, you know what? I really, really, really think Kyron's going to be the guy. Jonathan Taylor has just looked like freaking beast mode all freaking year. Those spin arounds and get off me runs and the 30-yard touchdowns. Dude's unreal. I love Jonathan Taylor. I also really loving what Daniel Jones is doing. Indiana Jones is really taking the Colts to new levels, making Giants fans kick themselves along the way. I'm not going to pick the Colts here. I'm still going with the Rams. I like what they got going on. Like you said, Chris, Puka Nacua is just the do-it-all guy. Devontae Adams with the deep ball. And then you got Kyren Williams who can run. And I'm going to give you my best Chris Collinsworth impression. I just love watching the LA Rams, man. Matthew Stafford and Puka Nacua and Devontae Adams and Kyren Williams, man. They're just unreal. Yeah, that's every time I see the Rams, I think of Chris Collinsworth because it's just true. They got so many guys that you're just like, wow, wow, wow. And if they put it all together, they could be a really deadly team this year.
Yeah, the thing that's like really hindering me from picking the Rams this week is their shortcoming last week. The fact that you had the defending champs on the ropes, you were beating down on them, and you allowed them to come back in a game like that and really kind of not really be present in the second half, essentially, on the offensive side of the ball. That's a little bit concerning. This Colts team, each and every week so far, regardless of the opponent, you know, I know that some people could say it hasn't been the most formidable opponents, but they've been consistent, performing each and every down, every single drive. Like, the hype is real. The punter barely touched the field. I think he finally touched the field in this last game in terms of actually punting the ball. So,
once. I think once.
I'm going to go against you guys just to go against you guys, just to have some type of friction here in that point. But I like both teams. This one was a hard one for me to pick. I just like the consistency that I've been seeing from this Colts team. Until they prove otherwise, I'm gonna keep rocking with them. Why not? Let's just keep that ball rolling. But they've been an interesting team to follow this year. You said a lot about the Rams, so I'm just keep on gassing up the Colts a bit. But yeah, that drafting of Jonathan Taylor
over
Kyren Williams, like me in that mindset, I would have been like, dude, Colts were probably going to be bad this year going into the year. Right? They're going to run the ball a lot. They're Daniel Jones, Anthony Richardson. We don't have a solidified quarterback yet, so like. You probably want to go with that running back.
I went Kyren, bro. I don't know why.
But you see more production with Kyren Williams in terms of drafting. I don't blame you with that.
I think he had a better year last year fantasy.
Michael Pittman Jr. Everyone was out on him this year. I picked him up super late this year, and he's been good. Yeah. It's like my third, my flex, like just averaging like 15, 16. He's got in the end zone a couple times. He's been good. Solid.
We'll see if the boulder can keep rolling for Indiana Jones.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
All right, I'll take us to the next game. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the San Francisco 49ers. San Fran's been balling out even without Purdy, even without Kittle. Each and every week they've been performing well enough to get the win. It was a nail-biter last week, and Mac Jones has been stepping in there and playing his lights out, essentially. Like, he's not putting them over the top. He's not, I'm gonna steal Purdy's job type of energy. Like, I'm managing. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do the best job to put us in this position to win this game, and that's what he did. I think he does it again against this Jacksonville Jaguars team, though. I don't think it's gonna be as close. I think they'll have a little more comfortable lead into getting the win here, but who knows? It could be a close one again. That's how it's been for the 49ers all this year. But yeah, give me the 49ers. Jacksonville had a surprising win for me against the Houston Texans. The defense has been playing a lot better throughout the season. I think you guys are – I know Chris is probably a little fan of that. What do you think?
All right, dude. So I'm going to just go off on a little tangent here and just tell you how disappointed I am in Trevor Lawrence, bro. Trevor Lawrence is not a leader of men. He is not a good quarterback. He's arguably a bust, in my opinion. Like, you had all this hype, all these tools. They put running backs, wide receivers, tight ends around you, which, by the way, that tight end is actually playing pretty good. Picked him up, Strange, I want to say is his last name.
Yeah.
Picked him up as a secondary tight end in a few leagues. He's been good. But Trevor Lawrence, I'm out on you, dude. You need to win this fan base back. I think everyone is out on you. I'm not taking the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're the worst 2-1 team in the league right now. They've lucked out against a really bad Texans team. Lost to the Bengals with Burrow. I think he got hurt in that game, I'm pretty sure. Lost to a close one in that one. I'm taking the 49ers. Purdy might come back. He might not. Doesn't matter. Mac Jones slides in there just nice. And Shanahan's a great coach. So I think he's going to outcoach Mr. Duval. So I have no confidence in the Jags. Trevor Lawrence needs to show me something. I need like a 5-touchdown, no interception game where you're not bitching on the sidelines and crying because you're not getting the plays called the way you want. Granted, a lot of the wide receivers have been dropping a lot of catchable balls. Brian Thomas Jr., I'm talking to you, dude. Like, why would I pick you up in a lot of fantasy leagues? I don't freaking know. I bought into the hype. Clearly out on him right now, too. They need to bounce back. Trevor Lawrence, bro, get it together.
I agree. Trevor Lawrence stinks. Jags are the worst 2-1 team in the league. Somehow, the 49ers are getting wins without all these injuries. Purdy might be back this week. Don't think so, but I'm going to go with the Niners anyway. Keep it short and sweet. We can move on. Thanks for the rant, Chrissy.
Yeah, no problem.
Chris, why don't you take us to this next game?
Well, in this next game, we have a really good game. Baltimore Ravens going to KC to take on the Chiefs. Both teams desperately need wins. Both teams 1-2. Both teams we kind of wrote in as Super Bowl maybes, probably.
Yeah, like at least like getting to AFC divisional round.
Right,
you know?
Right, and they've been there. They've been there the last few years, so that's what you expect from good teams. I'm really disappointed in both of them to start. KC's been a little banged up, a little slow. I just hate that they put nobody around Patrick Mahomes. I get Kelsey's an all-time great, but he's getting old. He's showing his age. Taylor Swift might be pregnant. Who the hell knows? I want to take the Ravens, but that defense looked so bad last week that a quarterback like Patrick Mahomes, I can't bet against. Give me the Chiefs at home. Try to right the ship, go 2-2, and the Ravens, man, off to a 1-3 start. Things are getting a little spooky over there in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think this game's really, really, really hard to pick, man. I'm going to go with the Ravens just because I think that there's such a bad taste in their mouth after losing to teams that, you go into the season, you're a Super Bowl favorite, you lose to the Lions and the Bills. If you think about it, you lost to the Bills, which would have been your AFC Championship game, and then you lost to the Lions, which could have potentially been your Super Bowl matchup.
Right.
So I don't think anywhere describes the Ravens to me as a Super Bowl team just yet at all. I think their defense is terrible. I think they have Lamar Jackson. DeAndre Hopkins is there. He's doing very good, playing very good ball. Outside of that, Derrick Henry is not playing like how Derrick Henry should played. He's been eating a lot of popcorn before the games, fumbling the balls. I like Derrick Henry a lot, but
if you take out the fumbles, bro, he's been pretty freaking awesome.
No, listen,
I get that.
He's been awesome, but from a game plan standpoint, like crucial to the team, he's costed them more games than he's won them.
He's fumbled late last 2 games.
He's costed them more games than he's won them. So they need to tighten up. I think that there's a big look in the mirror going on right now with Harbaugh and the Ravens and everything, and I think they're going to come out and get a W. Wouldn't be surprised if the Chiefs get one. They're a very talented team, too. You can never count out Patrick Mahomes.
It's hard to go against Patrick Mahomes at home, especially when, this matchup is somewhat favorable for him. You got to go with that Baltimore Ravens team. Each and every week, they are putting out really good offensive performances. And the defense has been very lackluster, and that's very questionable going into this matchup. You can't be in shootouts each and every game. The defense at some point is going to have to make a very crucial stop. Now, I will say 2 of the 3 games you played have been against high-caliber teams in the Bills and the Lions, right? So, I will give you guys that break defensively. The other game against the Browns, still kind of struggled defensively there. It was a little questionable. So, you're facing a struggling Chiefs team who everyone's complaining about how lackluster their offense has been. This defense better look at least decent enough in the win here. Otherwise, the Chiefs are going to go on and get this win. But I'm going to go with the Ravens. I want the Ravens to win. But I think, it's all on the defense. The offense is going to show up to play. Henry can't have the fumbles like both of us, all 3 of us have talked about. So, yeah, I like the Ravens here, but, man, it could go either way here. And Patrick Mahomes has owned the Ravens, especially with Lamar there. I think he's, I want to say 5-1, if not 6-1.
Well, did you see the spread, though? Baltimore's favored. On the road, at home, in KC. When's the last time you saw somebody go into KC and be favored?
Right. I know, it's crazy.
I don't think that's happened in the Patrick Mahomes era, or at least maybe not to like his in the second year once
very few and far between. Probably
started.
whenever he played Brady or something.
Yeah, after they played Brady in the playoffs, like that was probably like the last time that happened. But Chris,
very interesting.
What do you got for us this next game?
We got the Chicago Bears riding a high, going to Vegas to gamble our future. No, I'm just kidding. We're taking on the Raiders. Look, I keep calling them the Oakland Raiders, so I'm obviously not going to pick them because I'm a Bears fan. We look great. Give me the Bears. Bear down. Go 2-2 on the season. Hit a bye. Hopefully get a little reset because schedule gets a bit tougher going on throughout the year. But I think this is a very hard but winnable game for us. And if we just keep that momentum that we had last week, we should be able to come out with a dub, hit the bye, get a little bit healthier, hopefully get some of these defensive guys that we're desperately missing back. We got a bunch of corners and our starting linebacker out, which Sewell kind of has filled in a little bit as a starting linebacker. Penei is Sewell's brother, actually, so it's kind of cool they're in the same division, but he doesn't cut it. Hopefully we get a win, go into the bye, get a little bit healthier.
Dude, I really loved what I saw from the Bears last week. That offensive explosion was necessary. The defensive presence, because I know you were dragging them for a really long time the last couple of weeks about them being not so good defensively. They showed up and played well against that Cowboys team. Warranted. CeeDee Lamb did get injured relatively early in that matchup, but even by then, the Bears were already up and really putting it on the Cowboys. That was just, the icing on top of the cake. I'm going to go with the Bears here. I like what I've been seeing from the Bears in terms of, each and every week, they're not dominating people. They're not, this was a big explosion for them. Raiders haven't really had that yet. And yes, they're at home, but it's a pick 'em in terms of gambling. Right now, it's minus 110 on either side.
Yeah.
It's really a coin toss. Vegas thinks it's a coin toss. The Las Vegas Raiders probably think it's a coin toss. I'm gonna go with the Bears here. What do you got, Joey?
Man, I feel like I should pick the Bears here, but I'm a hater, certified hater. I'm gonna go with the Raiders here, just to honestly get a different pick than you guys as well.
Now you can talk about the coach if you want. It's the right team.
Oh yeah, Pete Carroll. Yeah, Pete Carroll, oldest coach.
Does
in
it not
NFL
blow
history.
your mind though?
It does,
He's like 78, 79. I think about like my grandfather, who's only like 4 years older, and it's like even 4 years younger.
Couldn't
like
even coach
no.
a fucking NFL team.
I think it's cool. I think it's
cool too.
I think it's cool.
I think this is one of the biggest age gaps in all of like NFL history with the coaches. I don't know if it's number one, but it ranks up there pretty high. Ben Johnson's 34 and Pete Carroll's 72. I want to say so. Like
I thought he was older.
He's nearly double his
age. He's 74 actually. I think he's 74.
Yeah,
something like that.
It's a big age gap there, so it's one of the biggest ones in NFL history. So that'll be interesting to see how it goes. You're going to see the experience really be on display there with Pete Carroll. But, Joey, I know you're excited for this one, Sunday Night Football. What we got?
Yeah, man. All right. Green Bay Packers going to Jerry World where they're undefeated, 6-0 all-time in AT&T Stadium, including a Super Bowl win. Never lost in AT&T Stadium. Packers going to freaking play the Cowboys. Micah Parsons coming back home. I am pumped. I'm ready for this team to come out looking like the team that they looked like Week 1 and Week 2, not this Cleveland Browns shit. That was terrible. And I mean, if you want me to go off on a rant about the Packers, I can. Because just when you think that they're about to be good, just when you think we have it all together, we fucking show you that you can't trust us. Jordan Love, he is the definition of freaking Brett Rodgers or Aaron Favre, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Okay? Because for 9 straight games, 13 straight starts without interception. Oh my God, Jordan Love's looking like freaking, who the hell's done this before? Oh, it was Aaron Rodgers. He's never thrown a pick for 13 straight games. What does he do? Comes out and throws the worst shit I've ever seen in my life. The most Brett Favre-esque fucking interception I've ever seen in my goddamn life. 4 minutes left against the Browns. You fucking turn it over like a goddamn moron. Don't fucking do that again. But if he makes that pass, if he makes it in that tight window, he's a goddamn hero. It's literally Brett Rodgers, Aaron Favre shit. I can't stand it. Please stay away from that. Okay, defensively, Micah Parsons, offsides. Okay, yeah, got it. Matt LaFleur, terrible play calling. Offensive line, Rasheed Walker. Specifically, let me talk to you, my friend, because you're talking about, I think we can go undefeated. You should never say the fucking U word ever. Ever.
Never.
You got to go 1-0 every week. 1-0 every goddamn week. You never look past these guys. I think that, all of week 3 with this Browns game, they were looking completely past them, trying to get to this Cowboys game because the Micah Parsons storyline, everything is going into it. I get it. You got to go 1-0 every week. You got to get these wins against these teams where you can because it's going to come out in the wash whenever seeding comes around and divisional wins, whatever it may be. We shouldn't have lost that freaking game, and it came down to every single person in that room not being committed to winning that week. Now, they were focused on this game this week. I think that they're going to have a bounce-back game. I think they're going to look badass like they did in the playoffs again. I want Micah Parsons to kick ass. I think it's plus 550 for him to get a sack in each half and plus 220 for him to get 2 sacks in the game. So Vegas is riding on him to get some big defensive action, but we should never count out his big impact. Rashawn Gary, 4.5 sacks, most in the NFL. I'd like to bet on him more than Micah Parsons in this game. I think he shows his impact as a team player rather than being that game wrecker. But I'm not against it. Give me the Packers, man. Come on.
I want to know, when they scheduled this game and when we knew Micah Parsons was going to get traded to the Packers.
This was scheduled way before.
I know, but it seems a little fishy, Roger Goodell. Let me just throw that out there. I mean, they might have been on Sunday night either way. It is 2 good teams, 2 well-known big market teams. But yeah, I don't know about that. It seems a little fishy to me. Yeah, Packers looked like crap last week. No offense, Joey. They just did. Jordan Love sometimes has those games, which kind of makes me nervous because, it makes you think, is he really good or is it more just he's sticking to the game plan and he's a system quarterback, system guy, kind of like a Garoppolo, but a little better, I think, in a way. We'll see. I think he bounces back here. Y'all lost an offensive lineman today. 2 offensive linemen today, which is kind of concerning. But this Dallas team, this defense stinks, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm going to take the Packers. Not happy about it. I'd love to be wrong twice in a row when it comes to the Pack, but Dallas, I don't think is going to get a win. Honestly, if I was Dak Prescott, I think my hamstring's starting to hurt. Not going to lie. I think my hamstring's starting to hurt.
I agree.
No CD Lamb probably in this game either, because, like, why the hell are you lining him up as running back? Which was kind of funny because we ended up doing it with DJ Moore, and he was kind of making it work, but you never put CD Lamb in the backfield. He's not that type of wide receiver. He's not a big, bulky guy like Moore or like some of the guys like Cordell Patterson or something, Debo that we've seen. Bad move, bad play call. You lost your best player. Congratulations, Dallas. Dak, if I was you, I'd take off because you're going to see Micah Parsons in your face all game.
Dak, run!
No, jeez. Jordan, run!
Dude, when I saw that clip of Jordan, run, I was just like, oh, God, dude. But that's a game record that Myles Garrett is. But Micah Parsons is going to be doing that to the Dallas Cowboys. Best believe that if I was a betting man, I would put money on Micah Parsons getting a sack in this game. He's talked about it. He said, Dak's my guy, so if it happens, I'm going to feel some type of way about it. But, this is business. This is the league. Each and every week we got to keep it rolling. And I'm going to keep it rolling, and we're going to go with the Green Bay Packers. Man, they didn't look good against the Browns. Joey said more than enough, I think. I think the Packers have a long road to go to get to that contender type of status. But, at the end of the day, you can't lose those type of matchups. And going into a game like Dallas where you should win, you're favored on the road by a touchdown, like, you got to win this one. Throw out all those storylines. You got to win this one. Like, at the end of the day, go 1-0 each and every week. Improving to 3-1 will be big for this Packers team. You guys will be on top of the division, tied with the Vikings. So
technically, the Vikings are 2-1 and the Lions are 2-1.
Okay, so depending on what happens in the morning, you'll know if you're going to be in the lead of the division. I know it's week 4, it's early, but still, that'll be big time. This is, I think, the first time ever that all 3 of our teams' games have been lined up in terms of
in order.
Oh yeah, boom, boom, boom. Let's go.
Yeah, so we start off with Chris Bears at the Raiders. Got Joey's Packers at the Cowboys, and then we got the Dolphins hosting the Jets on Monday Night Football. First of a doubleheader. We got 2 games on Monday Night Football. This one kicks off at 7:15. The Miami Dolphins are debuting their NFL rival uniforms, just like the Cardinals are doing on Thursday night. People are saying it's black. People are saying it's like a very deep blue. It's a dark uniform. The point blank period, it's supposed to be deep water. It's supposed to look like pitch black, essentially, but it still has a slight tint of blue. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins. Man, you cannot go 0-4 when you have at least internally playoff aspirations. Like, the Super Bowl contention, like, that has been out of the window for the last 2 years. Let's be real. After that big explosive year in 23, I believe. So coming into this year, the Super Bowl aspirations, not there, right? Playoff aspirations, it's reasonable, but there's been, like you guys said, a lot of issues in this team. Monday Night Football at The Rock. Dolphins are wearing all dark uniforms. I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to be excited. Primetime Chain might make an appearance. It's going to be a good time. Oh, shit.
There we go.
What do you guys got?
Listen, man, I think that this is a battle of 2 0-3 teams. Both teams have not looked good at all this season. Obviously, they're 0-3, but I really did like what I saw from the Miami Dolphins last week up until the Tua interception. Everything looked great. Everything looked great. They're driving. They stopped the Bills defensively, and yeah, they basically lost that game. They lost it themselves.
Yeah.
The Bills didn't win that game. Like I said, the Miami Dolphins found a way to lose that game. I think they find a way to win this game against the New York Jets. Jets had an interesting game off the block field goal. Aaron Glenn, strutting his stuff on the sideline. I thought it was kind of fun. But other than that, I'm not here for the Jets. I'm not here for the Justin Fields shit, the experiment, whatever you want to call it. I don't know what's going to go down there, but
he's still questionable for concussion.
Is he? Oh, so they're going to do Tyrod. Either way, I think that the Dolphins looked a little bit better of the 2 evils. So I'm going to go with the Dolphins.
Saw a Baker Mayfield interview. That was his vet when he was a rookie. It's Tyrod, not
Tyrod.
Tyrod.
Oh yeah, Tyrod. Yeah.
And he got really mad that like I guess he's a quiet guy. No, he's never corrected anybody, and like for years everyone's been saying his name wrong. Anyways, I digress. If Justin Fields comes back, give me the Jets. I think this Miami Dolphins team is not very good this year. I think McDaniels saved his job by just keeping it close last week. I think if the Jets beat you at home, he's probably packing his bags and heading back to San Francisco to call plays for his old buddy Shanahan. I don't know if that's going to happen or not, but I'm going to take the Jets. Let me do a real quick shout out. Shout out to my fellow DLP Justin.
Oh yeah, yes.
He wanted
we need this shout out.
He wanted to let it be known that he's picking this game as a tie.
17-17.
And as me giving a shout out, he will watch the entire video.
Yeah, so watch all the way to the end.
Yep.
So.
And then another fellow DLP will be on the sidelines for this game. So
Rossi?
shout out Rossi boy,
Oh,
Ross Olas. I don't know if he wants me putting this out there, but he'll be on the sidelines working for another company, not Subaru.
Adrenaline in his soul. HQ Nightmare,
Justy
Justy
Rose.
Rose. Shout out to the tie, baby.
But I'd want to pick the Dolphins. I do, because they're the local team. You're my buddy. Like I like rooting for them, but I don't see it. I did just look up the uniform as you were talking. I do kind of like it. It kind of matches what you're wearing
your hat,
right now.
right?
Yeah.
No, like this isn't from like the merch drop. I am not investing into this team for.
Okay, yeah.
But the merch is sick. I would buy it if I had the funds right now, but I'm not gonna do it. Really quick back into the game. Yeah, Chris alluded to it. Mike McDaniel saved his job last week. A win here definitely. Like each win, each performance, each week. If it's close, he survives, but like at some point you're gonna have to cut him loose. If it's like it's close every week, against this 0-3 Jets team. If you lose to this Jets team, he's gone.
Yeah,
I would say so.
I was saying the same thing kind of last week, heading into that Buffalo game, but that wasn't the case. Like he kept it close, and it's one of the better teams in the NFL. Like give the man his credit. Like they hung in there. If you go down and you go down quick or bad to this Jets team, yeah, he's gone. So that's the looming story with this Miami Dolphins team. Aside from that, crucial errors down the stretch cost them the game in Buffalo. You're playing a team that you're supposed to be better than and beat. Now, the Fields' presence will make a big difference. If Justin Field does play, he's in concussion protocol. Let's see if he gets out. If he does play, makes things interesting. I'm still sticking with the Dolphins. I'm gonna pick Dolphins right or die until they're like 0-15. It's gonna be what
Welcome
it is.
to my world.
Yeah, But yeah, it is what it is. Anyone wants to take us to this final Monday night game?
I'll do it.
Do
Why
it.
not? We got Cincinnati Bengals, who have looked terrible with Jake Browning, traveling to Denver to face off against the Broncos, who a little bit of a hiccup there with Bo Nix and Sean Payton and everything going on. With Denver, they lost to the Colts, they're a red hot team right now. But I think I'm going to lock in my pick with the Denver Broncos here. I think they get a big bounce-back win. Cincinnati looked terrible against the Minnesota Vikings. They threw a 40-burger on them with the backup quarterback.
Carson Wentz?
Not good. Jamar Chase did not have a good game either. Jake Browning threw 2 pick-sixes to the same guy.
Again.
First time that's ever happened, I think, ever. So really interesting there. I'm not very too thrilled with what's going on at Cincinnati, and you got to be pissed if you drafted Jamar Chase in fantasy.
Yeah, Jake Browning pretty much made that dude the defensive player of the week. I didn't see it, but I guarantee you he was the defensive player of the week.
Isaiah Rodgers? Hell yeah.
Yeah, so he stinks. And I got a confession to make, Joey. I ate your Skyline chili over the weekend, bro.
I knew I didn't see that shit in the fridge, you son of a bitch. I was gonna listen, bro.
I bought it to be fair.
I know you did. Okay, so it's fine. But like, listen, I knew it.
Dude, we came back after the Inter Miami game, and I was like, "Yo, Gare, have you ever had Skyline chili?" He's like, "No, what's that?"
I'm
like,
the shit. Yeah,
I'm like, I'll make.
I had the cheese.
I had the onions.
Solid,
the dog.
bro. It's.
Oh no,
it's
it
solid.
sucked, dude. It tasted great, but I felt awful,
bro,
dude.
Yeah, but it's solid.
Like 3 Skyline chili dogs at 11 p.m. at night. Learn from me. I had Taco Bell at 11 last night. Didn't come to work till 2 hours late today. So I gotta learn from my mistakes.
I've done it. I've literally gone into the kitchen at like 1:30 in the morning after laying in bed, hungry for Skyline chili dog. Made a Skyline chili dog. They had like 2 of them, maybe
Instant
3.
regret.
Go back into bed. Fucking, you're like, Oh, fuck, dude. What did I just do? That's some fat shit for you guys. But anyway, I love Skyline Chili. Go to a location. It's good. Get the chili fries.
So that being said, bro, sorry. We could always go back to Publix, get some more.
It
was solid, bro. But with that being said, Skyline is way more solid than these Bengals are these days. Give me the Broncos. They've had a little rocky start. I thought I'd see a little bit more out of Bo Nix. R.J. Harvey, it was like a non-existent running back last week. Shout out UCF. Shout out UCF. I want to see my guys doing good, and I think I took them in a couple fantasy leagues too. Give me the Broncos at home. This Bengals team, bro, it sucks, dude. As soon as they start off the year with a win, Joe Burrow gets hurt, a.k.a. Toe Burrow. He's probably going to miss the whole year. I'm still out here. I'm not going to miss the whole year of podcasting. Just throwing that out there, Joe. But, yeah, we'll see. Maybe he'll be home more so somebody won't steal shit out of his house. Give me the Broncos.
Chris, I want to see you throw a 5-yard out to Jamar Chase and see how that goes.
Two-handed?
Oh, yeah.
I'm the world's best two-handed quarterback in the league.
Okay. Jesus. Anyways. You know who's not going to be throwing it with two hands? That's Bo Nix. He's going to get the Broncos a win here on the late slate of the Monday Night Football matchup doubleheader. Guys, this is, it's not a very interesting matchup to me, in my opinion. You have a Bengals team who has a good spot right now at 2-1, but things are only looking worse and worse for them each and every week. Meanwhile, Denver Broncos inverse, not off to a great start, but the future is kind of bright. So you got to give it to the Broncos here. Give me the Denver Broncos at home, Monday Night Football. And that pretty much wraps it up for me. I don't got anything else to say.
Yeah.
I got two things. Let me ask you two questions here.
Okay.
Are you guys a fan of doubleheaders on Monday night? Because I'm not.
No. And the Dolphins have always been on, like, these doubleheaders. And I
think it's stupid as shit, man.
Yeah.
Like, and I didn't mind the last one that they did because it was on later. But when they're on at the same time, it's like, what the fuck are we doing,
It's
man?
not
like,
even
this isn't a playoff game. This is...
If this was, like, Eagles... Bucks and then like Ravens Chiefs, I'd be even more mad because like now I have to red zone it or I have to flip back and forth.
2 TDs.
I mean, granted one is a little later than the other, but still like they're gonna go into each other basically. I'm not a fan. Why fix something that's not broke? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Monday Night Football, one game,
right?
One.
Yeah, it's extending the olive branch of getting everyone a primetime game and all that stuff.
Put it on Friday.
But like it's not even that. It's just like
this game is meant for a Friday.
What they did on what was it, week 1 or 2 that they had like them like back to back.
Yeah.
That was sweet. Don't do any of these like, you know, they could have had this Denver one start a little later.
You could like I don't know why the NFL isn't sitting here saying that like Friday should be like open season, bro. Like
that's what I mean.
I would be trying to buy
it.
Yeah, for sure, dude, cuz Week 1, it was sick. You get the Thursday night game, then you get the Friday game on Friday, then you get a whole day of college football on Saturday, and then Sunday you're back to the NFL.
Yep.
It's great. Like, granted, there are college football games on Fridays, some pretty good ones sometimes too.
FSU plays this week.
Right, but if you're the NFL and you monopolize freaking fantasy,
they want to.
Yeah, being on Friday, like, come on, man, it's a no-brainer for me. And this Monday Night Football doubleheader shit, like. Why doesn't Thursday get a doubleheader? You know,
it probably will at some point. I don't know.
I wouldn't
it's just obnoxious.
Second question: since we've been sitting here, Cardinals put out injury report. Pretty much the entire offensive line is questionable. I don't know if we want to revisit that game, maybe change a pick.
No, we all picked the Seahawks.
Did we all pick the
Seahawks?
No,
you picked the Cardinals, bro.
Like,
I went with my heart and I went with the Cardinals, but my heart's kind of beating a little.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know if I don't know if you want to stick there or not.
Running like hell.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, they're questionable. It's Wednesday, so they got time, but we shall see. That's all I had. That's all I wanted to say. There we go.
Revisited. Shout out AJ.
Shout out AJ.
All right, AJ, you could switch me back to the Seattle Seahawks. That injury report was very much needed. Thank you, Chris.
You gotta go with your bird knowledge, bro. 5 years of doing this podcast, you're up on the bird game.
Dude has fucking binoculars out for that one, bro. He's up in a tree watching that shit. The injury report.
Like Disturbia?
Bird watching.
Yeah, he's bird watching that shit, bro.
He's like Disturbia, bro. I just rewatched that movie. It's pretty solid. Shout out Paramount Plus. But yeah,
watch fucking Birdcage after this.
Bird Box?
Bird Box, yeah.
Alrighty. That wraps up week 4 of NFL Gamepicks. Really appreciate you guys if you watched.
Bears are back
here. And, yeah, a lot of interesting matchups this week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Peace.